Steven. Good evening to all of you, and thanks for joining this Q1 FY22 earnings call for Cupid Limited. We have mailed the results press release to you. I hope you have received the same, and we have also uploaded this on our website and the stock exchange. To discuss the results and address the queries of the investors, we have with us Mr. Om Garg, Chairman and Managing Director of the company. Mr. Garg will give a brief overview of the quarter gone past, and then we'll open the floor over to Q&A session. I would like to remind you that everything said on this call that reflects any outlook for the future or which can be construed as a forward-looking statement must be viewed in conjunction with the uncertainties and the risks that we face. These uncertainties and risks are included but not limited to what we have mentioned in the prospectus filed with SEBI and subsequent annual report, which you can find on the website. But with that said, let me hand over the call over to Mr. Garg. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Vinay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Cupid Limited, I would like to welcome you all for attending the Q1 FY22 earnings conference call today. I hope by now you had a chance to review the financial results we had published last night after the board meeting. So I will not be repeating those numbers again. Instead, we will be going directly to the question and answer session.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. A reminder to the participants, anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 at this time. The first question is from the line of Shubho Muruk, an investor. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Thank you for taking my question. My first question is on the South African order. So if you can give us an update on what is the status and how much are we expecting when we are expecting the results, that would be very helpful.
Okay. We had discussed this matter with the government people yesterday, and they have indicated that most likely by the end of August, they should be declaring the results from the last tender. And we are expecting an order between 60 to 80 CR each year for the next 3 years.
Okay, and how much of this would be male condoms and how much of it would be female, sir?
It will be 2/3 female and 1/3 male.
Okay, and we will get this for the next 3 years. So like this tender is not for this year, but it also covers the next 3 years, right? Or will we again have a tender for next year again?
Yeah, it's a 3-year tender, correct.
Okay. And any news on like the Brazilian tender, sir? Do we have any updates on the from like Brazil?
Brazilian tender has been postponed to early next year. They had to reorganize their funding for the procurement of female condoms. So it has been delayed by few months.
Okay, and how much is the overall tender size from like Brazil, sir? That we are the overall size, and how much do we expect to get?
They have not indicated yet what would be the volume of business they would be tendering for. We are assuming that it would be about same as we had last year.
Okay, sir. And like lastly, any updates from the IVD devices front, sir? If you can give us an update on what has happened and what is your expectations for the future?
Yes. All the construction work for the IVD project at Nashik has been completed, and now we are in the process of installing the equipment there. And also, we are in the process of applying for the licenses with the Drug Controller of India. So we expect all these formalities to be over by September end, and hopefully the commercial business would start from October onwards.
Okay, and how much are we expecting to do this from October, sir? From October to March, how much do we expect from like a revenue and a profit perspective?
It's based on some of the inquiries we have had and the market reports, we are expecting about 30 CR business between October and March. Depending on the situation with the third wave of COVID-19. Lately, the demand has picked up. So we really don't know a more precise number, but tentatively we can say at least 30 CR.
And what margins are we expecting, sir, on this?
About 25%, 20 to 25% margin.
Okay, sir. Thank you. And like last question is on the US FDA front. Do we have any updates, sir, on like the female condom entry into the US?
So we should be submitting our formal application in January, February. After the clinical trial study is completed by the end of this year. And we are hoping that towards the end of 22, we should have the decision from US FDA about approving the Cupid female condom for marketing.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. All the best.
Okay. Welcome.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Rohin Joshi from Raj Enterprises. Please go ahead.
Yes, thank you for taking my question. Some of my questions have been answered. I had a question pertaining to IVD front. So in the current product mix, we see a contribution of 12% from IVD sale. Now, given our revenue, that should be around between 4 to 5 crores. So have you managed to break even on that front? If so, what are the margins? That is the first question. Followed by what our utilization is looking like, and are you considering a buyback option?
The margins on IVD is between 20 to 25% is what we are expecting.
Okay. So in the current, as I see in the current revenue, there is an IVD sale of 12%. So for this particular result, I am assuming that it's 4 to 5. So the sale revenue for this quarter is 4 to 5 crores. So it would be 20 to 25% of that amount. Is that correct?
Yes, the commercial production will start from October onwards at the IVD plant. The business we did in the last quarter was done through outsourcing.
Okay. So what were the margins, if you can help me with that?
I'm sorry, please say it again.
I just wanted to have an understanding of margins for the outsourced one. So,
yeah, outsourced one was about 15.
Okay. Okay, thank you. And sir, what are the current capacity utilization percentage?
capacity utilization for male condom during this quarter was 73%, and for female condoms it was 92%.
Perfect.
The plant was down due to lockdown during May and June.
Okay, thank you. And sir, with the rubber prices in the short term fall, because we have witnessed that rubber prices have softened a bit, do you see margins improving in next couple of quarters, or do we already have enough inventory that is going to be carried on to the next few quarters?
Yes, we expect to continue the operation at least at the level we did it during the last.
Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Joshi, you have any other questions?
I didn't actually get a response, or maybe I missed it. I was not able to hear what was said.
You can just repeat your question, please, sir.
Yeah, sure. So my question was regarding the rubber prices that have been softened. So we can see so the question itself was that do we see that margins improving in next 2 or 3 quarters, or do we already have inventories from the previous producers? So I wanted to have an understanding that prices of the prices that have been lower
in terms of
that. Yeah.
In terms of the latex price, there has been an increase of between 20 to 30% from the previous quarter to the quarter. We have some inventory, but now that the monsoon season is almost over down in Kerala, we are expecting to come to the normal level before the monsoon. So we are expecting some lower price for the rubber.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, that answers my question. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Naveen Kumar, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello, good evening, sir. Thank you for taking my question. So my question is primarily a suggestion as well. So 2 years back, you mentioned that you would try to promote executives to participate in the Concall, but we have not seen participation from the executive lines since then. Can we expect executives to be more active in the Concall going further?
Yes, we have been working on this, and hopefully we would have another couple of people trained to handle these calls.
Thank you. That would be all from my end. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Onkar Gugardare from Sri Consultancy. Please go ahead.
Yeah, have we found any CEO for your post?
Well, there has been no update since the last meeting. However, now we are concentrating on the IVD project for a more rapid growth of profitability at Cupid.
So is it the fact that the company is very small, that's why people are not interested in joining this, or what is happening? Because we have been doing this work from last, I guess, if I remember correctly, from more than 2 years now. So what is the real reason behind it?
Well, one could be the availability of the candidates. The experience we are looking for should have not only international marketing level, but also the financial background as well as the operating experience in this, preferably in the condom line, contraceptive line. So it seems like there are not many people available in the country.
Is it out of 135 crore, if you don't find a single person, then it is difficult, right, sir?
Well, we are always looking for it. We have talked to few people, but they were not found to be satisfactory.
No, I mean, your company is situated in Nashik. Is that the reason people are not interested in coming there or working there, or what is the reason?
Yeah, yes, you are right. Couple of people have indicated that they would have preferred to be located in Bombay instead of Nashik.
So now what is the plan on that front, or that is completely out of the woods now, or out of the question now?
No, like we say, we will continue to look for a suitable candidate, but in the meantime, we have fully experienced team. They are working on the project, and in addition to the contraceptive business, we are expanding our IVD program. So I expect the business to be making steady progress during rest of this year and in the coming few years.
Okay, so the next question is on the succession planning, sir. It is related to this, but I mean, what's your vision 2-3 years down the line for Cupid? I mean, do you plan to, exit this company or sell this company to anyone, or you plan to keep this company running like the way it has been running? So what's the vision for this company?
Well, we are always looking for better opportunities. So we have a plan to run it for next 2-3 years at least. But then as the situation arises, we will take appropriate action.
But there must be some vision from you, right? So how you plan to go about this? If you get a good deal, then would you be selling it, or have people approaching you, or you are approaching people? What's the thinking behind this?
No, our objective is to achieve the top line of 200 crores in next 3 years. We have a very clear objective of expanding the operations of this company. We already have the condom business, and second vertical is IVD. We are investigating the possibility of adding a third vertical, hopefully starting next year. So the company's business will be growing as we move forward. And our target, as I mentioned, is to achieve close to rupees 200 crores within next 3 years.
And the next vertical you were talking about, which would be that? What?
We are still investigating. One area we are looking at is sexual wellness related area, but we are still investigating the best possible vertical to select.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Mohak, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are.
Yeah. So actually, most of my questions have been answered. The mainly was the CEO succession, and second thing was about the promise that you said you will be bringing on more management persons in the conference calls. So it will be helpful because as investors, we will also be able to know that there are, proper people with the adequate know-how of the business who will be handling in the future. And sir, about the CEO position, do you have any timeline in your mind, like by when you will be able to get a proper CEO for your company?
Well, as soon as possible. We are always looking for the suitable candidate.
Yes, sir, but still it's been 2-3 years, so within next 2-3 years, can we expect a CEO for the company?
Yes, definitely we can expect one.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Mukesh Rai, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Good evening, Gav. I have two questions. One on this IVD devices. So we did somewhere 3.36 CR in last quarter. Do we have some breakup of that on what part of that is related to COVID and what is other than COVID? RT-PCR kits or other kits?
No, all this business was done through the sale of antigen rapid test kits, RT-PCR. We have not added any new product during the quarter. However, we plan to, starting from October, test kits for malaria, dengue, and pregnancy test kits, in addition to the antigen rapid kits for COVID.
Okay. And second one was on the overall world scenario where we have another competitor that was Veru in female condoms. And there have been news roaming around like they are willing to sell that business. Are we interested or are we exploring that, any acquisition? Because we have cash on books. So either we go ahead with some buyback or something, or we expand the business, acquiring other similar business. Do we have any plans or any discussions, internal discussions going on within the management or somewhere?
Well, I'm not sure which company is on sale. Which one you are referring to?
It's Veru. Veru, which has a female condom business, and that is the only one competitor for us across the world. VERU.
Yeah, we have contacted Veru, and the response was that they are not ready to talk to Cupid at this point. So we assume that they are negotiating some kind of deal with another buyer.
Do we have any idea who can be other? Because we know only two organizations across the world for this female condom business. One was Cupid, another was Veru. So if they are negotiating the third one, that could be our prospective competitor in near future. Do we have any idea on that?
No, we really don't have any idea now who could be that interested party. It could be one of the major male condom manufacturers, maybe like Durex. But we really don't know who they are talking with currently.
Okay. And coming back to the order book, sir, first time in last 3-4 years, roughly I can say, our order book has gone in 2 digits. So as of now, it stands 85 CR. Are we expecting any increase in that in maybe Q2 itself or somewhere? Or this 85 is going to be till our current FI?
Yeah. Yes, we currently our inventory is 85 CR, and we are expecting a major order from South African government, which has been delayed. We are expecting that to be at the end of August or latest by mid-September. And as I mentioned earlier, we are expecting approximately 60 to 80 CR of orders each year for the next 3 years.
Okay, so if we get this end of August or September somewhere, will it be for current FY? Are we going to deliver that in current FY, or it will be for next 12 months kind of?
No, the dispatches under the new tender would start from January 1, 2022, and it would go up to December 24.
So in Q2 and Q3, that's not going to impact us?
No, for Q2 and Q3, we already have 85 CR orders to process, and a small quantity of orders are coming in between as well. So we have enough orders to do Q2 and Q3 very easily. Even Q4 orders we would have by that time. UNFPA orders have been trickling in all the time.
And breakup of that expected South African order, sir, in male and female condoms?
It will be, we are expecting about 2/3 of female order and 1/3 of male condoms in value.
So this 2/3 is based on quantity or based on order value, sir? Order value of it?
Order value. 2/3 female, 1/3 male. Value, total value of the allocation.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for answering my questions. Have a great day and have a great Q2 ahead, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
The next question is from the line of Mantosh Kumar, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
So this is regarding IVD segment. As of now, if I go to the Cupid website and try to find the information regarding this, there is no information whatsoever. So I was just curious that it would be good that we can plan to update our website with this segment and what all things we are planning to offer and like other products we are offering in future.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the good suggestion. We are planning to add a section on IVD project in next couple of months to our website.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Krishna Singh from RM Services. Please go ahead.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I have a couple of questions. The first question is, what is the expected customer acquisition rate for female and male contraceptive in Latin and North American market?
I'm sorry, could you please repeat your question?
Yes, sir. So what is the expected CAGR and customer acquisition rate in the Latin America market for this company?
In the Latin America?
Yes, like Brazil and the market we are recently working in.
Well, Brazil, we are expecting a repeat tender to be floated early next year, and we are expecting business from that related to female condoms, like we have been supplying female condoms in Brazil for the last 2 years. In addition, we have registered our male condom in the Brazilian market. Further, we are in the process of discussing some new orders to sell male condoms in Peru, and we have registered our Cupid brand in Argentina. So we see some good opportunities in Latin American countries going forward.
All right. So do you mean there is an untapped potential in the Latin America and African market, right?
Yes, we do.
And my next question is, sir, what are your plans to compete with brands like Mankind, Manforce, or any global competitor?
I'm sorry?
What are your plans to compete with the Mankind or Manforce or any global competitor in this market of contraceptives?
Oh, we are already competing for the last so many years. Our profitability is one of the best amongst all the other manufacturers, and they are only in the business of male condoms, while Cupid is producing not only male condoms but female condoms as well as lubricants, which have been on increased demand lately. So we are very well equipped to compete with any of the other Indian male condom manufacturers.
So are we looking to penetrate in the retail business in India or expand typically or pick any store kind of business?
No, the reason we are not aggressively pursuing the male condom sales in India is because the margins are lower in India due to competition as compared to the margins we get in the export sales.
Okay. All right, sir. That's my question. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Dipesh Sancheti from Manya Finance. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. I hope you're in good health. Just a couple of questions. One is a question which the previous participant had asked about the company which is on the block. Did we give any valuation to it? And on what basis, how much value did we give the company for the purchase of that company? Hello?
No, in there, yes. I assume you are talking about Veru and Veru Pharma. We had indicated our interest in exploring the possibility of purchasing that company, and in their response, they have indicated they are not in a position to discuss this issue with us at this point. So based on that, we are assuming that they are already negotiating with another party for the sale of their business.
Okay. But did we do any back of the envelope calculations at how much would we be ready to pay for that kind of for the company?
No, they haven't indicated what is their asking price, what are the assets they are planning to sell. They have not explained or clarified their conditions.
Okay, fair enough. And second question was regarding the UP order which we could not complete due to the COVID situation. Is there any repeat orders from the UP government or any state government for the RT-PCR test?
Yes. There have been several requests from not only UP but 3 other states. So we are expecting many more orders during rest of August and September, especially in view of the possibility of the third wave coming up due to Delta variant.
And what is the average realization are we getting for these test kits?
It depends. It varies all over the place. It was as low as 25 rupees and as high as 50 rupees per piece.
Right. So, and are we even planning to get into the pregnancy test kits?
Yes, we are fully equipped, and in fact, we have a small order to supply 100,000 pieces already.
Oh, great. So that is already included in the order book of about 85 crores, which you have mentioned.
It hasn't been included yet because the formal contract has not been finalized.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Shubhu Muruk, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Thank you for taking my question again. My question is on the order book. Can you give me the split of how much we expect to complete in each of the quarters? Like, is it split equally, or we will be doing more in the recent quarter and less? Could you just give me the quarter by quarter breakup?
It would be approximately 30 to 35 CR in each of the next 3 quarters at a minimum. And if we get the order from South Africa, then the volumes and quantities will improve, especially in the 4th quarter.
Okay, sir. So you're basically saying that in the 4th quarter we will see a significant increase because we will also be getting these additional revenue from the IVD business as well. And on top of this, we could also get the South Africa order. So I guess the 4th quarter of this year should be should be quite good from a revenue perspective. Is my understanding correct?
Yes, correct. As we see it now, 4th quarter should be our best quarter during this FY22.
Okay, sir. For the South African order, you said we are expecting 60 to 80 CR. So how much is the total order size? Can I ask?
No, the quantities they are asking are 1 billion pieces of male condoms and 40 million pieces of female condoms each year for next 3 years.
Okay, and what value does this come up to?
We don't know what is their total budget. We have all put in our bids, and depending on the final selection, we can work out the total volume of business in rupees.
Okay. So when you say 60 to 80 CR is your expectation, I just want to understand what percentage of the total is it. So is it like half of the total that we are expecting, or maybe 80% of the total, or maybe like say 20% of the total? If you could just give a sense of like what percentage of the total tender does the 60 to 80 CR represent? Would you know, or you know?
Like I said, we can only make a kind of crude estimate depending on the price. 1 billion male condoms and 40 million female condoms. I would say the volume we are expecting are at least 60% of the female condom business and maybe about 20% of the total male condom business in terms of quantity.
Okay, that is very helpful, sir. So, and because Veru is probably putting their that company on sale, would that help us in the South African tender at all? Because if like one of our major competitors is basically going through like an acquisition process, would that help us from the South African tender perspective, do you think?
We really don't know what would be the impact. As of now, Veru has actively participated in the tender, and the results are expected by mid-September. So depending on their negotiation with the potential buyer of their business, how they will handle that South African order. But I don't expect much help to Cupid, as Cupid would get its own independent quantity allocation from the tender.
Okay, sir. And my last question is on this IVD devices. The last time we spoke, you said that we're also looking at some tie-up with some international companies. So apart from the domestic front, are we planning to sell this IVD in the international markets? And if you can give us an update on how promising that looks, that would help.
Well, we have contacted many potential buyers from countries like South Africa and Brazil. And most of these countries, especially in Africa, they are looking for test kits, not only for COVID, but also for malaria, dengue, HIV, and even pregnancy test kits. So I think the demand would be quite high, and of course more companies in India are planning to start IVD business. In fact, you must have seen the report that 3 or 4 companies are planning to bring the IPO. So it all indicates to us that the demand is growing, and we expect good business going forward.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Anand Bir Singh, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hi, sir. My question was, you have the vision of hitting 200 crores revenue in the next 2 or 3 years. And you also mentioned 3 sources of revenue. One was the condoms, both male and female. The other is the medical devices, and the third you're exploring. So I just wanted to know what the breakup would look like when we hit that 200 crores revenue, and what would the margins be? Because we pretty much know the margins in the condom business ranges between 20 and 30%. So what would the contribution of the condom business be to the 200 crore revenue and the other 2 streams, and what kind of margins can we expect? Thank you.
Currently, it seems like out of 200 CR, condom business would generate at least 130 to 140 CR, and the balance 60 to 70 CR would come from the IVD business, where the margins are between 20 to 25%, as I have indicated earlier.
So the condom business will actually degrow, because we've been doing about 150 crores for the last 3 years, and you expect that to come down to about 130?
Well, 130 CR is minimum business we are expecting, and the reason for that is that we don't know the nature and the size of the big tenders which may come up. The government budgets have not been finalized, so 130 is minimum. We could very well achieve between 160 to 170 CR, only from condom business, depending on some of the new size of some of the new coming up tenders.
And what about the third line, which you're exploring yet?
We are, in general, we want to expand the company's operation, and we see that ultimately the profitability in the condom business has some limits. So if we want to grow to a company to a higher level, we have added this IVD project, which depending on the market demand could very well contributing a big chunk to the top line. But we are still not satisfied with our expansion plans. We want to grow this company very rapidly in many areas, multidisciplinary, and in that towards that effort, we are looking to add a third line of business, another vertical, and we are still exploring what kind of business we should get into.
And that can be done from Nasik, or is there plans to expand out of Nasik then?
Depending on the business.
Okay.
We will need additional space, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Onkar Ji from Shri Consultancy. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to know your thoughts on how you plan to utilize the cash. And there have been several occasions where you have said that you would be considering a buyback. So what's the status on that?
Okay, our current priorities for cash are, number one, we have this 10 CR capital expenditure for IVD project. In addition, we need additional 10 to 15 CR in increased working capital. Therefore, we have not yet decided on the buyback. Depending on our cash flow for next year, we will take a decision on that. Plus, of course, we are planning to continue on paying the dividend to all the shareholders.
So recently there have been acquisition by this Equity Intelligence India Fund. So did the management had a meeting with the fund, and what would be the vision you would have shared with the fund?
Which fund you are referring to?
The Equity Intelligence Fund. It's owned by Poranju Veliath. Did you have any conversation with the fund regarding the vision of the company?
No discussion yet.
Because it's there in the BSC data that the fund has acquired stake in the company.
Could you please clarify that a bit more?
Yeah, there have been bulk deals reported by BSC that this fund, Equity Intelligence Fund, has acquired a small stake in Cupid Limited. So just wanted to know about this.
Yeah. Well, we welcome their investment. It indicates their confidence in the management of Cupid Limited. We are always willing to discuss it with them further. However, at this point, we have had no discussion in this regard.
So you haven't had any discussion with the fund?
I'm sorry?
So you haven't had any discussion with the fund, you were saying?
Yeah, not directly. We read the information what you have indicated in the publication, and of course we have seen a good chunk of amount shares from the open market.
Okay, so in terms of the promoter stake, what would you like to do with the stake of this company? Would you like to increase, sell, or keep at this rate only?
We are open for discussion as far as the promoter stakes are concerned.
I'm talking about you, sir. Do you plan to add any kind of shares from the open market, or you plan to sell them in order to reduce your stake in the company? So, what's your thought process behind this?
Well, currently we have no major plan in this regard. Depending on the situation, we would take an appropriate decision. Our mind is open on this, but currently we are not thinking about either selling our shares or adding more shares at the current time.
So if you are not planning to add any shares, then how come you are thinking about the buyback, sir? If you are thinking about it, as you have already indicated this.
No, the buyback will be a general offer, which could include us as well. So there is no commitment there. It would be a general buyback offer to all the shareholders.
No, but buyback generally comes when the promoter sees value in the company, right? He sees growth in the company.
Yes.
So that's what you are saying.
Like I mentioned earlier. Yeah,
please go ahead.
We have not taken any definite decision in this regard.
Okay, and this Brazil order you are saying, when could we expect this, sir? And how sizable it would be?
Again, we have not taken any decision. Depending on the opportunities available.
No, but there would be some expectations from your side, right? How much it would be the order from the Brazil front?
No, Brazil tender, as we have mentioned, would be similar to the last we had. About 25 to 30 CR business from Brazil, female condom tenders. And I already mentioned about the South African tender expectation, 60 to 80 crores per year for 3 years. In addition, there are several other tenders are expected to be published from other countries, including Tanzania, India, Kenya, and also from United Nations Population Fund. So depending on their budget allocation for this year and next year, they would be announcing their requirements.
Okay, just the way these two countries have sizable order in our order book, is there any other country which generally gives this kind of huge order?
Yeah, the largest buyer of condoms is South Africa, and probably the second largest is Brazil, and then third largest would be through UNFPA. They buy condoms on behalf of several countries worldwide. And India, of course, is also a major buyer of male condoms, but for last 2 years, they have slowed down for some reason, But we understand that now there is again push for the population control in the India, and India is also expected to come out with a major tender to procure male condoms later this year.
Okay, so out of this 200 CR order, the revenue projection you talked about, how much would be the contribution from female and male?
Contribution from?
Female and male, sir, in terms of the total revenue you talked about, 200 CR.
Well, if assuming the total condom sales is about 150 CR, out of the total 200 CR top line, we would expect at least 50 CR worth of female condoms. It could be higher depending on the size of the order, and the balance will be male condoms.
So out of 150 crore order, you are expecting 50 CR from female and 100 CR from male?
Yes, let's say 50 to 70 CR from female and 80 to 100 from male.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Mohak, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Thank you for taking my question. Sir, I wanted to ask this year's projection from the management for the top line and the bottom line of the company. FY22.
We are expecting, FY22 we are expecting to end up approximately 170 CR with the top line and with a 25% margin.
But sir, this year we are expecting 170, but after 3 years also we are expecting 200 only. So is it not a slow growth, you can say?
No, the reason I'm saying a minimum of 200 in 3 years.
Okay.
Our effort will be to achieve 170 in FY22 and exceed 200 in FY23 itself, or in other words, in next 2 years. But to be conservative, I am quoting a number for top 200 CR top line in next 3 years. In actual practice, it could be more in FY24.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. And sir, you have been running the company very well, and we wish you the best of health and the best of the future for the company as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your comments.
As there are no further questions, I now hand the conference over to the management for their closing comments. Over to you, sir.
So we would like to thank all the participants at this earnings conference call, and on behalf of Cupid Limited, I would like to thank all the shareholders who have supported the management during good and bad times throughout our 27-year history. In addition, also, we would like to thank all our customers who have shown confidence in our product quality through their repeat orders for many years. Some of the customers have been with us for over 10 years. So we would like to sincerely thank all our customers. And finally, I would like to thank all the employees of Cupid Limited who have worked diligently and sincerely throughout the year to improve the performance of Cupid Limited. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Cupid Limited, that concludes this